Adam Cole, baby, where is he going? We thought we knew. You thought you knew who he's going to leave WWE. Well, he has a contract extension. Did AEW offer him a deal? Well, legally, they're saying no, we did not do that while he is under contract with WWE. There's a lot of things going on with the biggest NXT superstar of all time. Is he staying with WWE? We will find out in a matter of a few weeks, it looks like. We're getting into all of it on today's Sportskeeda Wrestling top story of the day. Sure, the link of your steak. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Yes, watch out, watch out, watch out. I'm in a box. There we are, everybody.
Oh, no, hold on.
We're all out of order. We're all out of order.
Hey, everybody, I'm Kellam. Joining me from Florida, a state that is the Wild West at the moment.
Right now it is, man. What's up, guys?
And then Nebraska, if he asks you, Mr. Jeremy Bennett, JB Huskers. This is the Sportskeeda Wrestling top story of the day. We do this late afternoons, weekdays, all right? Tons of content for you to check out from Sportskeeda Wrestling. Available on Facebook, available on Snapchat. And if you haven't done it already, though, check out our YouTube channel. Maybe some of you guys are watching our show here. All right. I see some diehards yelling, watch out, watch out, watch out. I love how me just saying something over and over again becomes a thing. But if you are with us, yes, we do have breaking news about Adam Cole. So do not go anywhere else. But while you're here, go ahead and hit that like button. The show is for free. You're enjoying this content for free. It helps us find more people on the internet. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, if you want the option, you can enjoy a lot of our shows on podcast form. Just so you have that additional option. Maybe you don't want to stream it or something like that. You want to download the show and just have it play around in the background, just the audio. Go subscribe to our podcast as well. All right. I did all of this because I want to get to this story. What a wild week in wrestling. CM Punk is going to AEW. Daniel Bryan is reportedly going to AEW. Everyone's leaving WWE. They're going to AEW now. Adam Cole is apparently going to AEW. That's what everyone's saying. People are saying on the internet, so it's got to be true.
It is.
I saw it on the internet, so it's got to be true.
Bonjour.
Trying to get comments here on screen as well. So tell me the story here, guys. What is the latest on Adam Cole? Because we have multiple...
Which story do you want, Kevin? Because there's so many stories out about Adam Cole that's been going out since this morning. He got a contract offered. No, he didn't. He's backstage. No, he isn't. Jeremy, you seem to know what's going on here.
Oh, boy. Let's see. Let's start at the beginning. Fightful Select early this morning, putting an update on the Adam Cole working through SummerSlam weekend. Still no long-term contract with the WWE. He has not been offered one yet, as revealed by Fightful. Upon learning that the deal was up, WWE had gained a verbal agreement with Adam Cole to work through SummerSlam weekend. So he did get a short-term extension that runs through SummerSlam weekend. So that is literally just a couple more weeks from now. So we have no confirmation that he has put pen to paper on an extension. Though word is on that Fightful Select report from this morning that there maintains a positive relationship with those at NXT and a lot of mutual respect there. A lot of respect. So then came Meltzer somehow saying that AEW has offered a deal to Adam Cole, which kind of is illegal. So that quickly, Tony Khan quickly said, no. We
did not do that. We
did not offer that man a contract.
Definition of what is. What is the definition is? We don't know what definitions are now, you know?
But here's the thing too, guys. Like, why would Dave Meltzer even go forward with something like that if he knew that it was highly probable that that's not the case?
Yeah. It's weird because then Meltzer reported on himself and said that Khan said it.
Yeah.
Seems like hey, where's the cap? I can't find my hat. A little tip of the cap to Papa Dave Meltzer.
A hat tip to himself.
Well, here's the tip of that. I mean, this is Dave Meltzer. He is the top breaking news source in all of wrestling media, and this is not a shot at him at all. But it has been clearly known for a while that he has an in with the All Elite group in terms of news, in terms of things like that. It's been widely said that him and Tony Khan speak quite often. All right. So I think something happened here. Maybe there was some scoop that was put out that wasn't supposed to be put out.
Like he had like he found some inside like scuttlebutt that Cole is leaving but shouldn't have said it kind of deal, you think, Kev?
I don't want to say that because then you're in the direction of slander and libel and all those different things, and I don't want to say that about Meltzer because I don't know enough. I don't know the complete situation, and obviously what you do know publicly and don't know publicly are very specific in this regard.
Yeah.
But lay it out here. If Dave Meltzer put out on one of his radio shows on the Wrestling Observer that or in his publication that Adam Cole, who is currently on a short-term contract extension through SummerSlam weekend, and negotiating with WWE, he is at SmackDown tonight. All right, he's going to meet the head of WWE tonight, and he is there to talk about a deal. That's what we know. That is widespread across the industry right now in the last hour.
Yeah.
If that is the case, if AEW, and this is not me being an anti-AEW guy, offered him a deal or talked to him about a deal, the language in which they spoke to him is very dangerous legally. They've put themselves in a very dangerous legal space for contract tampering. Court Bauer of MLW, we'll talk about him in a little while. He's been very open about saying there's been contract tampering. Guys I have deals with, you're trying to mess with the deal before the deal is up. All right. He hasn't flat out accused anyone promotion of it, but he said it's an issue.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you're trying to do that top down as WWE, there could be some legal recourse from here, especially if Adam Cole doesn't end up with the WWE and goes to AEW.
So Cole's contract ended in July. So the extension runs through SummerSlam weekend, which is, of course, in 2 weeks. Time is when that ends. So then it was reported again, some more Adam Cole news today. Today's Adam Cole Day, apparently. Again, from Fightful Select. Wrestling Observer, of course, corrected that report. And then Fightful Select added on top of that Adam Cole is backstage at Smackdown tonight in what is being called a high-level meeting with Vince McMahon. There is no word on if Cole is planning to appear at the show. I am going to guess that he's not going to appear on the show. I think this is probably just strictly meeting with Vince trying to pitch to keep him with the company. I think that's all it is. I would not expect to see Adam Cole on SmackDown tonight. But
crazier things have happened, but I don't expect it either.
Yeah, that's true. But apparently Cole is the belle of the ball tonight. It's been Adam Cole news today. So be interesting.
It's been Adam Cole week.
True. So it'll be interesting to see what comes of that meeting tonight with Vince McMahon and what truly will happen in the end once SummerSlam weekend is come and gone.
A lot of people texting here with their different takes on screen. Dan Williams saying Cole doesn't even have to mention AEW to leverage is already there. Vince, he knows this. Dan knows what Vince wants. He knows what all these people do. He knows them all by a first name basis. I think that's there for everyone right now who's in a prominent situation in WWE or AEW rather too. If you have a contract up in AEW, don't think this goes both ways. that situation isn't going, Jacksonville, Stanford in reverse.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird, but I mean, obviously it's gotten the attention of Vince to call that kind of a meeting tonight with him. So
Heather saying Tony Khan said it was not accurate. Yes. Tony Khan has refuted the report.
Oh, yeah, he better.
And there's the language in which he said that was very specific, by the way.
Yeah.
Too. I mean, there may have been something where certainly some feelers were put out, but even that's like testy. It's you get into some real issues, especially if somebody's under contract with someone else. There's got to be there's a very specific way you talk to people. This happened during the Monday Night Wars, right, Jose? Didn't this happen a lot with people between WCW and WWE all the time?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially during the very peak of the WCW and Monday Night Wars, Raw and Nitro, especially when Eric Bischoff intentionally reached out to Kevin Nash and Scott Hall to bring him over. It was like one day they're there and one day they're at the other promotion. So it's He's got it's rough waters. He's treading some rough waters right now.
Well, wasn't it Rick Rude that was on WWE,
right.
WWE, ECW, and WCW all three on
That's
one
right.
day? He was on all three on one day.
Yeah, and then you had the infamous Nitro, the debut episode of Nitro, where Lex Luger showed up in that pirate shirt, and he was on Monday Night Raw the same night because he was taped.
And nobody saw that coming with Luger.
Definitely not that pirate shirt. Definitely not that pirate shirt.
Ah, the good old days.
Yeah. Reading more of your comments here. Scott Burke saying AEW is getting crowded. I can agree with that, especially after watching this week's Dynamite. It felt a bit crowded. I don't mean that in a bad way, but I that makes complete sense. And it's something I've been talking about. I don't think they have the bandwidth to present all of these stars properly, even with the third hour of television and the two different shows they have. We have more news coming up here in a few minutes about new things that they're working on that are not Rampage and are not Dynamite and not Elevation and Dark. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Slammin' Sammy Joe, love that name, says, what's waiting for Cole if he stays? What can WWE offer? This is a great question. Thank you, Slammin' Sammy. You are slamming. I can approve that. What does WWE have to offer that we keep Adam Cole in the fold of the WWE? He's done almost everything you can do in NXT. He's had the personal big feud. He's had the title run. He's had the faction there. He's done everything he can do for that brand. Is it time for him to go to SmackDown or Raw?
Yeah, I'm just afraid of what they're going to do with him up there.
That's also my biggest fear with Adam Cole, man, because we've seen it time and time again with top talent from NXT that move up to the main roster, or move over to the main roster, and they don't get pushed. They don't get the TV time. It's a very rare example. Matt Riddle is a very good example where they actually are using him. But then you got like the cases like Keith Lee and Damian Priest, who wasn't used for months on end.
Yeah.
So it's Adam Cole is a top tier talent, and he should be treated as such if he does end up making the move to Raw or SmackDown.
And Vince loves his bigger guys, and if those guys who are of good size are not getting that kind of a push, what is going to happen with a smaller guy like Cole? It worries you. Cole could be like the AJ Styles because he is a merch seller, and to me, I think that is kind of how AJ got around that initial stigma of being an Impact guy, is because he was such a merch seller. I think that's how he kind of got around that and kind of got that initial push from Vince, because he could push that merch, and maybe Cole gets that same kind of AJ push because of his ability to sell merch. But I mean, hell, who else could sell merch that got cut a couple Saturdays ago?
Kevin Lookabill, love that name, says, with WWE's track record, there's no guarantee they will do him, Adam Cole, right on the main roster. Everyone talks about this track record. I think that track record is recently, because the counteraction for that is Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks. I can keep going. Everyone only talks about what guys are.
Yes, you're absolutely right about that. All the top guys are NXT guys.
So, I mean, when people talk about, they're going to do stuff, look what they did to Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, and these people. Yeah.
Well, Bailey, it took Bailey a year to get going, though.
But that's okay. That's not a bad thing, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because it took a while to get them going doesn't mean they didn't actually do it then.
It took 5 years for Roman to get fully over.
Which hand do you want to? Which side of the hand do you want to talk with? Because it seems like the narrative flips towards whatever bitching we want to do right now as wrestling fans. Do I want to bitch with this side of my hand or that side of my hand? I'm going to bitch either way.
My favorite guys from NXT. Why are they not pushing them the way they need to be doing them?
I get it, because you have favorites and you root for people, but also WWE has a lot of television. People get lost in the cracks. I'm not defending it. It sucks. It sucks when there's some stuff to do with Karrion Kross is very mind-boggling. He doesn't feel as big a star as he should on Monday Night Raw as he does on NXT. That's fine. There's a disconnect.
I don't think it's a matter of pushing him. I think it's a matter of embarrassing him, not making him look terrible. It's not a matter of not using him. I think it's a matter of making him look terrible, where he's a star but he's not going to get treated like it.
A lot of people with different takes here. Chris Stoker is saying it's a business storyline. If the storylines suck, will anyone care who goes to AEW? AEW has to work on the storylines and feuds that people can get invested in for more than a couple episodes. Can AEW do that? Can they do something with a guy like this and make it work? And this lines up with stuff I've been saying. I just think there's too many guys hitting the market at the same time. They have too much invested in what they've already developed that they want to pay off on TV with talent that is in-house already. Big acquisition talent they've gotten, like a Chris Jericho, guys they've developed like an MJF, an Adam Hangman Page, and their own top-tier guys, all those EVPs, Cody, and then the people that are jumping over like recently in the last year and a half or so, like Malachi Black and Miro. I don't know how you put a Cole in there and make him in a storyline that's going to equate working for that. And you're bringing CM Punk and Daniel Bryan reportedly over, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where would he fit into that? I don't know if he would. For me, I think the best thing for him to do is stay in WWE. I think he could disrupt the order on a SmackDown or Raw. I think SmackDown is something that if you're going from NXT to either one of those brands, SmackDown is a hotter show. More people see it. It's on Fox. I would want to see him on SmackDown.
Yeah, I think SmackDown will probably be the really good fit for Adam Cole just because people do know who Adam Cole is. And if you've been watching NXT, like you said earlier today, Adam Cole is the most decorated NXT superstar of all time. And I think SmackDown would be a fantastic fit, but I think Raw can use the injection of that new talent on Monday night. So I think Raw could benefit greatly of having Adam Cole on their roster.
I'm just saying what I want. You're absolutely right, though.
Yeah.
Raw probably needs him more than anything.
Raw needs to work on their booking. Raw needs to work on quit doing repeat matches. Raw needs to quit doing 50-50 booking. Raw needs a lot of things, and it's not really the talent that it needs worked on. It just needs there's a rut that show has been on for a long time that they have not gotten out of yet.
Jamie Filmy says, give me Adam Cole versus Dolph Ziggler. That would be a great feud.
That'd be a hell of a match.
Sign me up for that.
Yeah.
Sign me up for that. I would love that. Yes. That would be a perfect feud for him to do, too. That'd be really, really cool.
Do we do a best out of 7 series here with those two?
I'll take it.
We had Dolph Ziggler did an interview with us a few weeks ago backstage at Smackdown. Now you guys can check that out on our channel. And he joked about his best of 500 matches series with Kofi Kingston, where Kofi has he's 497. I have 3. he was pretty funny about it. Go check out that interview if you haven't done it. We have some big news about AEW besides this whole Cole situation. What's going on, Jeremy? They're developing some new shows.
Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter has stated that other than Rampage and the other upcoming Cody and Brandy Rhodes reality series, which is called Rhodes to the Top, AEW and Warner Media have multiple shows in development. Warner Media has recently posted a job listing looking to hire someone to be a creative liaison for AEW. They say that starting in August, AEW is looking, of course, to expanding to a second weekly 1-hour show, which is Rampage. They are also looking to add quarterly specials as well as 4 other AEW series in various stages of development. They mentioned Rhodes to the Top, which is going to be launched later in 2021. Also, they're looking at expanding in other businesses such as comics, NFTs, EST distribution, streaming, and etc. The hire will primarily focus on creative oversight of AEW on all fronts and help facilitate workflow across all departments, business development, marketing, PR, and etc. And will help all responsibilities for all current TNT network scripted programming functions. So apparently they're looking for at least 4 other series is in development. So no word on what those are exactly, but it looks like they're definitely looking to expand on the branch of entertainment some down the line next year.
It'd be interesting what they're doing here because it looks like none of these programs are going to be in-ring content. I mean, they already have 4 shows technically, 2 on television, 2 digitally, and they're trying to develop more stuff. They have the reality show coming out. I don't know what else you could develop that's out of the box, but it seems like AEW, whatever this new thing will be, it won't be an in-ring wrestling show. It'll be something else. They've talked about doing documentary style stuff, which I think is more possible. Something
And
I think something along the lines of their own version of Tough Enough.
I have a feeling the quarterly specials are going to be what we usually see on YouTube, the road to their 4 pay-per-views, the road to Full Gear, the road to Double or Nothing. Those are probably going to be the quarterly specials that they're probably referring to. And then, the comics and the NFTs, those are obviously probably not TNT related, but they're probably just looking to expand the entertainment brand as a whole, just much like they did with the AEW games division.
Yeah, I think though this is actually really smart of them, and this is actually a really good time, especially when you have a billionaire like Tony Khan backing this company up. In order, dude, because think about this: it took WWE 20 years to get to the global conglomerate that it is today. And AEW is 2.5 years in, and they're already having sideshows that are non-wrestling related being launched, entertainment shows. They're talking about NFTs. They're talking about doing all these other things entertainment-wise. So they clearly have a vision and a business plan for what they're trying to do with AEW. And they're taking a little bit of that WWE formula, the documentaries, the reality shows, the other side shows with your top stars, John Cena doing TV, Cody Rhodes is doing TV. So, you know what? If it worked for them, it's going to work for AEW. And AEW has a solid enough fan base that I think that those specials and those other type of original content that they're going to be putting out will have a good amount of traction.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that road show is going to compare to Mrs. Mrs. I think it'll probably be more. I don't know. It probably won't be as comedic as Ms. and Mrs. just because Miz is a goofy dude, and I don't know what direction the Cody and Brandy thing is going to go, but it'll be interesting to see how those 2 shows compare once that comes out later this year.
A lot of people checking out our show for the first time, joining us live here. We got people in Oshawa, Ontario, north of the border, and Canada, York, Pennsylvania. So if you're with us for the first time, tell us where you guys are watching from. Some people said they were watching from their bathrooms.
Hey,
that's completely fine, dude.
Hey,
gotta go.
Totally fine.
You gotta go.
If you're bringing us with us, I appreciate it. Don't send us pictures, please. Don't do that.
No.
So we also do have some positive wrestling news outside of WWE and AEW. MLW, which I think never gets in this conversation of everything going back and forth between AEW and WWE, never gets its just due. They have a strong media deal. They have a very, very strong media deal with Fubo TV, with multiple streaming platforms. They're on Roku's. I've been to their television shows that draw very, very well. I've seen them draw 2,500 fans to various different television tapings in Chicago. And they have a strong brand, and they had MJF there for a while. They still have an influx of great talent that's on the market that's available. I do think maybe sometimes they kind of get chipped off in that regard, but they put on a great show that's very different and comes off as a straight up wrestling show and has a lot less noise to it. Booked and managed by Court Power, former WWE creative producer. So what is the latest on this? What do we got here, guys?
Not much details behind it yet, but once again, from good old Uncle Dave on the old Wrestling Observer Network, MLW has closed a deal with a streaming service. It is said to be a big one for the company, but no exact details yet. But it's going to include their 2 1-hour shows. It's going to be for their main big show, MLW Fusion, as well as Azteca Underground. Of course, if you follow MLW, you know that Dario Cueto is now in the running, who, of course, was the El Jefe for Lucha Underground, that great promotion that ran for 4 seasons. So those are going to be in this streaming service. Don't know what it is. Don't know. Is it Amazon Prime? Is it Roku? We don't know yet. Once we know the details, we'll let you know. But
I read
apparently,
some rumors of Discovery Plus might be a possible platform for them. They're about $5 a month right now, I think. But they have tons of content there. All the Discovery Channel stuff, all the TLC stuff. I don't know if that's a good fit for them, but if they got a deal with Discovery Plus, then why not?
Yeah.
Give me Major League Wrestling with sharks. I'm down, dude.
Oh, they're probably gonna have like Jacob Fatu go fight a shark.
Yeah, cross promotion
next week. That'd be great. But I think this is awesome, especially for Azteca Underground, because after Lucha Underground died, we didn't see these awesome characters for several years, and now we get to see Dario Cueto back in MLW.
Yeah,
in MLW, bringing Mil Muertes, who's if you guys have followed Mil Muertes, Ricky Banderas from Puerto Rico, El Mesias in AAA, big time wrestler. He was in Impact for a while. So this is actually really big news. And for them to have a 1 hour show on the streaming service, this is going to be great. This is going to be really good for them.
So you think Discovery Plus is where they end up? Is there a bigger option for them out there in streaming? Because streaming is the big new thing in all of media. You have HBO Max, you have Netflix,
Paramount,
you have Hulu.
Probably, you could do Paramount, you could do Discovery, unless they lock the deal with Hulu. But I don't think so.
Paramount Plus has a lot of money tied to it right now. They just dropped that South Park deal, $900 million.
Like 14 movies are coming.
$900 million.
I believe it. I believe it.
And it's worth noting that South Park already has a deal with HBO Max to retain rights to their old episodes. So I was like, wow, dude, talk about some bank. Yeah, you're going to be making some new seasons of the show. Yeah. So, yeah, that makes sense here. It'll certainly be interesting. I do think they have a lot of talent that people sleep on. Jacob Fatu is a great example of that. And I do think they do, I would say, a less noisier version of what AEW is doing in terms of its streamlined, where things are. And that isn't a critique at AEW. There's some crash TV stuff they're doing from the 90s that appeals to people and it's connected. I think MLW is a little bit more straight up. It reminds me of maybe a less gritty version of ECW is the best way of describing it, I think. And it's very sports oriented. I think they could do pretty well, especially with an MMA crowd. If you want an MMA fan to start watching wrestling, I would show them MLW before I would show them anything else.
I watched it regularly a couple of years ago. That's how I discovered MJF before AEW was a thing. That's where I learned who MJF was at first, and I stepped away from it for a while just because there is so much wrestling to watch. So it's kind of hard to keep up with it all, but I will always want to try to keep up with it the best I can, and hopefully maybe this will make it a little easier.
All right, fire off those questions, get on screen, and we ask them in real time here.
Guys, it's time. It's that time of the show.
Bring it on.
For Freestyle Friday.
We both did the air raid sirens at the same
time.
We did the Funkmaster Flex button right away. Dude, I keep bringing this up. Someone had this comment here about HBO Max doesn't have AEW. HBO Max is under the Warner Media banner. AEW is under the Warner Media banner with their TV. I've been saying it for a year. How are you not broadcasting your HBO Max?
Yes.
Get on HBO Max.
Yes.
Get on it. I think it'd be such a better thing for them to do. I think wrestling fans, despite pay-per-view being pay-per-view, $50. People are gonna pay $60 for that Manny Pacquiao fight on the 21st, right? They're gonna pay $10 to watch SummerSlam on Peacock, and then they get all those movies and stuff like that.
When was the last time you bought a pay-per-view, a boxing pay-per-view?
Boxing pay-per-view?
Yes.
I think I chipped in for like the Pacquiao. No, I watched the McGregor Mayweather fight, but I went to a bar, and chipped it in.
Fury Wilder 2.
Yeah, so those pay-per-views, like the last Mayweather pay-per-view that I bought in HD was $99.
Ugh.
To watch Floyd Mayweather dodge punches for 12 rounds and get a win by decision. That's not going to happen in a Pacquiao fight, but I'm just saying.
Watch a 1 hour ballroom dance, basically.
Yeah.
Comment here from Grant Hudson saying, great show, listening from Texas. Oh, yeah. The stars at night were big and bright. We're a little bit of a delay. Great show, listening from Texas. Went to Smackdown July 1st, first time live. It was awesome. Going to Monday Night Raw October 25th. You got some good seats here. Are you going to any wrestling shows coming up, guys? Are you guys pumped to go see live wrestling and all? Because we got this Delta variant. What's going on? It feels day to day. We reported on it this week at sportskeeda.com. Mask will be retired at SummerSlam. It seems like we're going to try and keep going as far as we can. I got tickets to AEW on August 20th in Chicago.
Nothing's in my backyard coming up, so Nothing for me yet.
You got to travel from Nebraska, right? If you're going to go to a show, it's like an overnight trip for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff coming up, but we're wide open in Florida. The governor pretty much said we're not locking down. We're not imposing mask mandates. We care about the small businesses. Florida, guys, we're open. We're Florida. Okay, we're Florida.
Let's overcrowd them hospitals.
Don't judge me. Okay. Okay. But that's what's going on. But I got Monday Night Raw coming up Monday here in Orlando. So that's going to be cool. And I will be flying out to Vegas in a couple of weeks for SummerSlam.
Oh, so you're set on that plan. You got an update on it. Good to know. All right. Matt Halawadi says, did they give the update on the Adam Cole thing? Well, here's the thing, Matt, joining us a little bit late. Yes, what we know right now is Adam Cole is backstage at WWE Smackdown. That has been widely reported from multiple media sources. Tony Khan has rejected a Wrestling Observer report that Cole was offered an AEW deal. Cole is currently on a short-term contract extension with WWE through the period of SummerSlam, and they're working on a more long-term deal. That's the update.
Meeting with Vince tonight, and Vince is going to go, my God, he's small.
Oh, small, but it's all right. We Rey Mysterio. We can do things. We can move the needle. Yeah, Ricky Sinclair, we brought up the Delta variant thing. Ricky saying, is SummerSlam still going to be in Las Vegas? As far as we know, it is currently still planned on being in Las Vegas. But they do have the backup plan.
Yeah, they said Cassidy Haynes from, is it Haynes? Is that right?
Cassidy Haynes, Body Slam.
Had said possibly no, but then WrestleVotes refuted that, saying that the wheels are still in motion. It's going to go as planned. So it sounds like it's going to go as planned.
It better go as planned, because I'm getting on a flight.
Vegas, baby. Vegas.
I don't want to get in trouble, guys.
Good fan of the show. Always with us. Thank you so much. Love this question.
Bring it up. Bring it up. Come on.
Bring it up. Say it.
Say it out loud, baby.
James Espanto Fernando. All right,
extra sauce with us. Extra sauce on that one.
Extra sauce. It's Friday. I gotta make it count. All right,
you're like that Asian dude that sprinkles the salt on the steak.
There we go. James is with us all the time. Thank you so much, James. He goes, Big Kev, Jose G, good old JB. There you go. You're JR.
Oh, you got your nickname. You officially got your nickname, Jeremy.
We're officially busting out the trios on Friday now. We've made it official. We're busting out the trios championships for Friday shows.
Yeah, he goes, what is your favorite wrestling prop? For me, is the Macho Man King's crown and scepter. The Macho Man King with the sensational, the sensational queen. You call her a queen, right? All right, now Jake the Snake, you were gonna get bit by this venomous snake before I do. What's your favorite prop? What's your favorite thing that people had?
Oh,
I enjoy the list. Jericho had fun with the list. Remember that?
That was great
angle when they did the Festival of Friendship, and he's like, "This list only has my name on it."
That
and
was
the list.
Such a great moment. Really my favorite prop in this one day better get into the WWE Hall of Fame is the Spanish announce table.
Oh, my guy Hugo Savinovich. Oh, poor guy.
Represent as a young Latino wrestling fan watching growing up. Did you ever go, why is it always? It's always
if that table does not get into the Hall of Fame, it's a travesty.
It is a travesty. I'm going to completely agree with you, Jeremy. That will be a travesty if it never gets into the Hall of Fame. But man, yeah, growing up as a young Latin kid in Miami, watching WWE and always getting shit on the Spanish announce table, I was like, why? Like, can't poor Hugo just have his? But here, I come to find out, I worked with Hugo a few years ago, and I asked him about that. I'm like, Hugo, what's the deal with the Spanish announce table? And like, why don't they ever put people through, the English announce? He's like, no, because I always ask him to do that because I want to be in those spots.
Camera time.
So, yeah, but Hugo's he's a former wrestler, but he sells the hell out of it. You guys saw the Triple Mania last year where he got that
he got color and commentary.
So But
I
if the
love
Spanish
that.
announce table doesn't make it into the Hall of Fame, I will be disappointed. That's a great.
I've been
that's a great
saying
prop.
that on my podcast for years that thing needs to get in the Hall of Fame, and I'm gonna keep pushing that baby until my dying breath that baby needs to get into that hall.
Oh man, I gotta say my favorite prop. See, I'm gonna go real old school. I'm gonna say Mr. Sacco, dude. Like, bro, Mr. Sacco just lived up the crowd, and whenever he did that, whenever it was either with Vince or with Stone Cold or with The Rock or whoever he pulled out Sacco on in whatever segment, it just brought a big old smile to my face. So yeah, Mr. Sacco for me, man.
Especially in the hospital.
Yeah. Hello. I'm Mr. Sacco.
This is so ridiculous.
I'll take it from here, nurse.
Dan has a question. Will the Midnight Express be inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame now that Bobby Eaton has passed away? Once again, rest in peace to beautiful Bobby Eaton, the greatest tag team wrestler of all time, passing away this week at 62.
Kind of surprised they haven't been already, but
yeah, well, it's worth noting you Rock and Roll Express are in. They're in the Hall of Fame. I think Midnight Express will get in there. It would be their team. They're always been talked about. They've always been, mentioned in some form or another. It's worth it. You almost wish it would have happened before Bobby unfortunately passed away. Yeah. We do have a later tonight Smack Talk after Smackdown with Dutch Mantell. Dutch Mantell has quite the history with Bobby Eaton, wrestled with him many, many years up and down the roads.
With some good stories.
And we are expecting some great stories tonight about Bobby Eaton from Dutch. I did get to trade some text messages with him, and he told us some great insight into Bobby Eaton's beginning in wrestling, that he basically did. This is what he did when he was 15. He did not go to college. He did not. He pursued wrestling as soon as possible and did it almost his entire adult life. So quite a dedication to the craft, and obviously our well wishes and condolences to his family and friends, and looking forward to some memories there about Bobby Eaton. If you're a younger wrestling fan, you think, why do I want to hear about these guys? Because you love wrestling, you get to see it and learn it from a different perspective, and also from a life completed perspective. There's something very different about that.
You wouldn't get the Young Bucks without the Midnight Express.
No, absolutely not. There's a lot of teams you wouldn't have.
There's a lot of teams that you wouldn't have gotten without the Midnight Express.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up watching Eaton and Lane. Watching NWA with my grandma on Saturday.
Before we get into this next question, I did want to read this comment from Thomas Kuziak, who said that Alberto, his favorite prop was Alberto Del Rio's Ricardo Rodriguez.
We have an interview with Ricardo.
That's why I wanted to plug it, Kevin.
Raju.
Sorry.
Jeez, Kev. My God.
Come on, Kevin. Damn it. We got a great interview.
We got a lot of interviews.
Get with the program.
We got a great interview with Ricardo Rodriguez right now with Riju Dasgupta, where he's reacting because him and Roman Reigns used to work together back in FCW, back in the day when Roman was leaky back in the day. So great interview. He talks about that. So check it out in our YouTube channel right now.
Yeah.
So, quick plug.
Dan Williams says his question is AEW approached Brock Lesnar. I've heard a lot of people just speculate because Brock Lesnar is on the market. WWE has negotiated with him this year. We've heard about it, but they just haven't settled on a deal to get him back in the company. Last time he was seen in WWE was at WrestleMania 36, the first one that was in lockdown. And he lost the title to Drew McIntyre. He recently filmed this meat preparation food show, and people got a first look at him in a while. There's people that have talked about, will he go back into fighting again for UFC? I'm of the thought that if he does wrestle, he wrestles in WWE. It's just a matter of when and who, and they have the money and they have the comfortable space for him. I don't know if AEW wants to spend the money on Brock right now, because you're spending a significant amount of money for someone who's not going to be with you all the time and be with you on the road every single week.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is conducive to a return on investment for them.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he will ever. I say never say never, but at least in the near future, I don't expect him to show up in AEW. And I don't think, I think Meltzer even had mentioned there has been no talks at all. So I think he stated that a couple weeks ago.
In the words of Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar will do whatever Brock Lesnar wants to do. If Brock Lesnar wants to go to rugby and become a champion, he will go and play rugby. If he wants to go to the UFC and be Jorge Masvidal and become heavyweight champion or something like that, he can do that. If he wants to come back into the WWE and beat Roman Reigns, he can do that. Brock Lesnar will do what Brock Lesnar wants. If he wants to go cut meat,
if he wants to wear
the butcher store.
If he wants to wear a cowboy hat, he can wear a cowboy hat. If he wants to wear a ponytail, he can wear a ponytail.
Jeremy, you want to take this next one?
Oh. Well, are beards required to be as a host on the show?
Yes.
So. Yes.
See, well, these guys have a lot more of a fuller beard. I like to keep mine a little bit closer, a little bit more clean.
All right.
I got to
lined up.
I got to report the news on a daily basis, guys. Not only here on the live show, it's different. But when you're recording something and you got to put graphics and look semi-professional, I gotta look a certain way.
Wait, is that a veiled shot? Did you just put a blanket on your hand and hit it and just pop us one? Oh, whatever. With your pinky up. Look at him. Giving us all that, giving all the attitude there. Yeah. There's a question here. I don't mind it. How often do we get asked about invasions? We get asked about invasions all the time. Right?
Once or twice a week.
Once or twice, at least once a week, we get asked about invasions. Someone saying,
Forbidden Door.
Will Vince invade? Will he invade AEW? Will he invade it and buy it? Should he invade AEW and take it over for the benefit of the wrestling business? No.
He's gonna get in a tank with Triple H and drive down to Jacksonville and with a megaphone and. No.
We're going to turn into a parking lot. Daly's place. We're going to ruin the whole thing. We're going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars and we're going to put them in the XFL.
That's the way to do it, pal.
Relegation.
Yeah, it's relegation. They're going to have relegation in the NFL.
Do we have time for one more question, guys?
We got time for like 500.
I don't know about you, but they keep time on this, so we gotta wrap this up.
We don't want to go too long here. With a lot of people. Well, here we'll follow this storyline up here. Matt Bachota says, "What a great storyline with Roman versus Brock, with Heyman stuck in the middle. Are we ever going to see that? If Brock does indeed come back, is Roman the destination that he has to go after because his former manager or his current manager is still with him?
Just imagine the look on Paul Heyman's face when Brock Lesnar's music hits when he's standing in the ring with Roman Reigns. The look on his face would be so priceless. I cannot wait for that moment. They've got to do it somewhere down the line. That's got to be the first thing they do with Brock Lesnar when he comes back to the WWE.
I love how Paul, because he's not talking nearly as much. You think he'd be talking a lot more for Roman, but he does get speaking roles on television, right?
Yeah.
But he's always behind Roman. He knows how to find the camera so much with his looks and the way he sells certain things that Roman says and like how he just peppers in perfectly. He's got it. He's the top manager in wrestling right now. I mean, he's with the top guy.
Did you happen to see the Bumpy Awards on the Bump earlier this week?
Yeah, I heard about the Roman one.
So Roman won Superstar of the Half Year, right? So Paul Heyman is presenting Roman Reigns with this huge ass trophy. It's probably like yay tall, maybe like 5 feet tall. So, anyways, he's presenting Roman with the trophy, and he's like, "My tribal chief, the WWE universe has acknowledged you."
Mm-hmm.
So they acknowledged me. And then he smirks. Give it to John Cena. He needs it more than I do. Walks away. And then you see Paul Heyman has the trophy in his hand. He's like,
what do I do with this thing?
Yes. He's less spooky Paul Bearer for sure. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. We do this Monday through Friday. We also have breaking news videos as news is available. So make sure when you're listening to us or enjoying us or watching us on YouTube that your notifications are on. You set those reminders. All right. And give us a follow. We have a lot of extra content just dropped this week. I just did a great video on the top 5 Olympic heroes in WWE. Number one may surprise you.
Do you have that graphic up? Do you have that graphic handy right now?
I got to see if I have this graphic.
I don't even know if Jose knows what I'm talking about.
I don't think I have it in here.
Did they Photoshop your head into an Olympian's body?
Yes, they did.
Of course they did.
And what
did they do it?
And he's got 3 arms.
They Photoshop I'm photoshopped into someone who's on a platform. Shout out to Cybershack or whatever top video editors. They Photoshop me into someone who's on a platform with his hands up, like on the platform gold medal, right? But they have this photo of me where my hand is on my like face like this, and you just undeniably
I have to see this.
And it looks like a hand is coming up through my windbreaker and like touching my face.
So he looks like he has 3 arms. He found some radiation.
Were you looking up to the sky? Where you're like,
that's what it looks like.
You look like you're posing for a glamour shot in 1987.
Yeah, unfortunately, the photo is no longer in the server thing here. So
yeah, go check it out. Go check it out. It's on our Facebook. It's on our YouTube as well. Jose, you are busy with Weekends of Wrestling. You guys are back at it next week, correct?
Yeah, we're back at it next Thursday. Weekends of Wrestling on YouTube and on Facebook. And every single day here in the afternoon, here in the top story and the news roundup on YouTube. So you guys can check me out every single day there. Follow me at Jose G Official on Instagram and on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Also, the number 3 man who's just been kicking ass for us all week. Thank you, Jeremy, stepping up. We really appreciate it. But
appreciate you, bro.
You are busy. You are busy with your own podcasting dealings.
Yes, sir. Lost in the mid card. We drop every Thursday typically. We took this week off, but we'll be back next week talking some stuff. Talking about probably almost time for a SummerSlam prediction show. So that's going to come up on us pretty fast. But we usually drop every Thursday afternoon. Search for Lost in the Mid Card where you find your podcasts. There are 2 feeds there, so be safe and subscribe to both of those. We're kind of maybe in between some RSS feeds, so maybe subscribe to both there. But we're also on the YouTube as well. Just search for Lost in the Mid Card. You can also find me on the Twitter at JB Huskers, and you can also find me here on the old Top Story from time to time.
Yeah, so we got a lot of content coming out. We're going to be doing some special stuff. SummerSlam weekend. Keep an eye on that. We will have boots on the ground in Vegas. And if you are going to Las Vegas, let us know. We want to know what your experience is going to be like as well.
Yeah, get a picture. Get a picture with me and get a picture with Rick. I mean, if whatever.
I think Kev and I are probably going to be on the post show. Maybe Jose popping in on that.
Yeah. We're going to be doing it all, man.
We're going to be doing a lot of
multiple time zones. Text at 4 a.m. about breaking news. Yeah, we're going to be covering it all, man.
Jose from the slot machine.
I don't gamble. I don't gamble.
Kevin, so. I need money, Kevin.
Western Union,
Kevin, I need you to sell me $200,000 right now, please. But that's not going to happen because I don't gamble.
I just get a FaceTime from him. Like, I thought it was roulette. They told me it was Russian roulette. I don't want to do this.
Like, Kevin, does that look like a woman or does that look like a guy?
Oh, okay. You got me in trouble.
What's going on?
I think that's Elvis.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you guys
I don't know what's going on.
We have Mike Tyson's Tiger. It turns into The Hangover.
Oh boy. God. As long as I don't end up with a tattoo on my face.
Jose loses a tooth.
Oh, God. I got a perfect set of teeth here, guys. I can't lose my smile.
just like HBK lost his smile.
I was going to say best teeth, best chompers in Sportskeeda. Jose's got the best one.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. Remember to hit the like button if you haven't done it already. You watched that much of us chatting about wrestling. Thank you so much. We're deeply grateful. We hope you enjoyed your time with us. We'll be back next Monday and every weekday with the top story of the day. Remember, when watching wrestling, do the most important thing, which is
enjoy wrestling. Yeah.
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 Yes.
Let me talk to you.